Right, I'll stop eating.
Take two, go.
Let's go.
So yeah, Henrik stood up and he's got an axe to your throat now, Fuego.
Helmin screams, "Leave him alone. Let us hear what he's got to say first. Calm down, Henrik."
I'm just going to push the axe to the side and like nervously clear my throat. Try and sit myself up a bit and say, "Gather round, I'll tell you a story. I have no secrets. Everyone knows the great name Alegna Rekra, the greatest healer, a proud elf loved by all, until one day she found out that her baby would be born with a curse. This curse caused the villagers to fear the unborn child and determined that it should be sacrificed. Allegra managed to escape the village and flee to a small cottage in the middle of the woods. There she gave birth to her beautiful baby boy, and I mean beautiful baby boy, under the full moon, and left him with the lady of the cottage while she went out to secure his safety. Alegna would write coded letters to her boy telling him of the adventures. The way that she described the world and the people she met was mesmerising. That's where I know you guys from, and Melkor, wherever he is. Anyways, I've been hidden away from society now for so long that my matron said...
Oh no. No. Oh.
Can't say I blame them. I've been blessed with these devilishly good looks, perfect hair, and an arse that would make the gods themselves jealous.
Hang on. It's all got a bit weird. It's all gone weird.
My story.
That was good.
Wait a second.
I've followed the letter so far.
I want to
and it's led
replace
me up
Find
this way.
Familiar.
Can anyone see
I
me?
jumped out and started
You found
attacking.
your familiar now.
Yeah,
Come back.
true.
She spoke of you guys though. Have you seen her?
So you don't
Helmin will
Hello.
past Henrik and just
it's because
kind of push his axe to one side and he'll just
you've reloaded back into
reach
the
up
whisper.
towards Fuego's shoulder and just be like, "Hi, yeah."
Can you hear us?
Can everyone just stop? 1 moment, just stop. I can hear everybody, so Oh, it's gone again.
Oh,
What's going on?
we can hear you.
Yeah, I can also hear the whisper chat at the same time. It's chaos.
Tell us everything. Tell us everything.
Everyone kept freezing, then everyone was talking at once, and I was like, I don't know what's going on now. Right. This is going to be a fun bit of the recording. What's going on?
So
Fuego's just told us her story. Or his story, sorry. His story. And Helmin is just going to walk over, put his hand out and just be like, "Please, sit down. I'm afraid we have some horrible news."
I will just say, because my system reset, I didn't hear the end of it.
What was the last that you heard?
That there were scrolls writing, and that's where everyone cut out.
Okay. So after that bit, it was so I've been hidden away from society for so long now that my matron sadly passed of old age, and I've been left to explore the world. It has been a few years now since my left letter, and I've decided to trace her tracks and find my mother. I'm so excited. So far, I have, shall we say, indulged in the delicacies of the town's ale and women. Oh, the women, how they love me. Can't say I blame them. I've been blessed with these devilishly good looks, perfect hair, and an arse that would make the gods themselves jealous.
Scott, I sent you a message.
So basically, I've been born cursed, and I'm looking for my mum.
Well, that's a whole roller coaster of emotions right there.
Yeah. In that case, Henry's going to put his axe away and he's going to let Hillman tell all the bad news. Him the bad news.
So Helmin will rest his hand on, if he can, up to Fuego's shoulder and be like, he'll start by saying...
I'm just going to jump back a bit and go, watch the merch.
He'll still look at you and just say, "Let me tell you how I met your mother." Thank you, James.
It's him and the dad.
That was James.
I hope it's not going to take. I hope it's not going to take 9 seasons or however long it was.
I hope it does.
Oh,
Nice season with you guys.
Oh, true.
I'd do a Stargate Continuum with you all. That's up there in nearly 35 seasons.
He's just going to say, your mother was one of the bravest people that I had ever met, and
It's actually just
if it wasn't for her, me, Henrik, and Riv, we may not be standing here today for you to meet.
Brave woman.
In some way, she gave her life for us to survive.
She gave her life. She'd give every breath she had to save people, but she's still alive out there. She's just helping somebody else, and I'm going to find her. She spoke so highly of you guys. You guys saved her more than what she cared to admit. And Melkor, where is he? She spoke so highly of him. I'm so looking forward to meeting him. Do you think we can see him on our travels too?
Riv has just been going through so much. At the sound of Melkor, she was just like frozen in fear,
Henry,
and then despair, and then fear, and then despair, and then confusion. So
I'm just gonna look at you. I'm gonna pop my hand, like pat you on the head, and say it's all right. It's how all the women get around me these days.
Henry's gonna hear all this, and he's gonna start walking towards the cave because he doesn't want to.
Haleman will sit you down, and if he can, he's gonna just tell you the tale of what happened in our last episode with Alegna and Bjorn and Melkor, and obviously explain how Melkor, in the end, had his own reasons for doing what he did, and unfortunately, that led to the death of your mother and your mother's and our colleagues, our friends.
I'm putting this prestidigitation to listen really depressing music in the background, and I'm going to sit there sobbing and wiping away a little tear. So, it can't be true. It can't be. She was a healer. She healed everybody. She must have healed herself too.
I think she used her last heal to save us.
She died a hero.
A true hero.
That. Okay. I need time to process this. I'll follow on wherever you lead. I'm just going to slump up and just like kind of stand there, head down, like real men don't cry.
Hailmid will just sit next to Fuego and just try to comfort and chat, knowing it's Alegna's. Well, if Graham was here, I'll do it anyway, but I think Hailmid would want to just throw a insight check just to make sure that this is potentially true what she's saying. He.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna as well.
Oh shit!
Oh, insight.
It's okay. A natural one, I get to re-roll.
Wait, what?
Everything's true. I'm genuinely sat there heartbroken, and I was so looking forward to meeting her. And built up all my hopes on meeting her. Every bit of it's true.
Oops, I accidentally clicked Hellish Rebuke. Oops.
Henrik's going to see Cypher coming through the woods, and with like wide arms, he's going to Cypher!
Is Arian there too, as well? Are you both catching up from the keep?
Oh yeah, Arian's there.
What have we missed?
Well, and then I'm just kind of put my arms out, and then I'm imagining it's like the camera's face, like Henrik's there, and behind him's like a blood-covered Hillman, Riv, and all the bodies.
Oh no, Riv's not hurt at all. She was hiding in bushes, so she ain't in battle again.
I'm just gonna be like, you missed that party, my friend.
Oh, not again.
Don't you worry. If I can guarantee you one thing about this company is there is always going to be fighting to be had.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Helman's going to cast prestidigitation just to clean all the blood off.
Do we want to make like a wee campfire that we can potentially? Once Graham's back, I'm going to search the cave because I want to see what's inside the cave, see if there's anything of value. But do we want to make like a wee camp?
You search the cave, you find 20 Zubats.
God, I hate Zubat.
Everyone hates him.
Super. Riv's gone with Henrik because at the mention of all the past trauma, she can't stand to hear it all again. So when Henrik went off to go with the cave, she's gone with Henrik.
Hailman will just give her a smile and a little nod as if to say, I get what you're doing.
Can't hear it all again.
See, because I'm rolling dice, do you want to just say, I rolled a natural 20 on the perception check and then just see what it gives us?
Stop recording.
Everyone freeze. Natural 20, guys.
Yay!
Huzzah!
What is that? We've completed the campaign in one roll.
We've speedrun it and completed it. Hooray! So what have Cypher and Arion been doing back at the while all these shenanigans have been going on? What have you two been up to?
I've been getting drunk with Baldric.
There he is.
Is your
He's calling.
assistant, isn't it?
He's one of them. Baldric, he is.
Cool. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Sorry about
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Itachi.
You missed Angela's brilliant backstory, and then
that. I already know it.
yeah, but it's really good. It's actually really good.
Brilliant.
Hailman trying to comfort him.
However, what did we miss? Because Chris wasn't there.
True.
I'm quite happy to hear the backstory again. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Let's do story for the group without someone that needs to know what the story is. Off
I'm
you
rolling
go.
tears though.
It's up to you. It is all on my bio and info.
Now I want you to tell us it again. Again.
Okay. So what you missed was I've been held with an axe to my throat because I tried hitting on Riv last session.
No, it was because you said the word.
Yeah,
That was why.
I recognised them last session, and I recognised Riv, Hailman, and Henrik, and I asked them where Melkor was. I pushed the knife aside. They've asked who I am and what my story is. So I pushed the axe aside, nervously cleared my throat, and then I'll read all this again, right? I sat there and going, everyone knows the name Legna Repra, the
I might
great
need to jump away, but carry on.
proud elf loved by all until she found out her baby would be born cursed. This
Not again.
demanded it to be sacrificed. 11 knowledge and flesh was
I'll never get to hear this story straight through.
now for so long. My matron sadly passed away. Now I have been left to explore the world. It's been a few years now since my last letter, and I've decided to trace her tracks. It's about time I met my mother, and I'm so excited. So far, I have, shall we say, indulged in the delicacies of the town's ale and women. Oh, the women, how they love me. Can't say I blame them. I've been blessed with these devilishly good looks, perfect hair, and an mouth that would make the gods themselves jealous. That was my story.
So the TLDR on the end, it's a Legness kid.
And Graham, we rolled some insight checks just to see how much we believed.
So
And they were all like 20s.
Riv didn't believe, and neither did Hailman, and then suddenly they did.
Well, still cautious, but at least can't sense any lies.
While that was all happening, Henrik walked towards the troll cave to see what he could see inside, see if there's any loot.
There might be some loot. Roll an investigation.
And Riv had gone as well because she couldn't stand to hear the story that Hailman was telling of how the party, about how Alegna died. So
Oh, has this been explained? Does Fuego know Alegna's dead yet?
Well, Hailmin was explaining the whole story, and Riv couldn't stand to hear it again.
We'll come back to it. Go
I
on. What did
it?
Henrik get?
He got a 12.
A 12. Right, you find one small bag of gold that has 13 gold pieces in it. That's all that's in there.
That's not all that's in there.
All that's in there.
Can I roll as well? Because I'd gone with Henrik.
You can roll as well a quick investigation just to see what Riv gets.
14.
Yeah, you also find a small bag of gold with 12 gold in it.
It's better than nothing, which is what I had.
Yep.
But that's it now. The cave is empty. I'm not going through. Everyone gets to come and roll to see what's in the cave.
Was it just gonna be gold?
Yeah, it was just going to be gold. There's no magic items in the cave.
Oh,
They're
okay,
just they were trolls and ogres. The chances of them finding some magic on random pedestrians they beat up on the road is.
I was expected to find a magic elven sword called Sting.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I was looking for.
What about an ogre club?
An ogre club?
Case...
Well, it would just be a standard great club. It wouldn't be a particularly special weapon. If you wanted to find a great club for some reason, you could, but it wouldn't be as strong. Well, it'd be stronger than a long sword, but it does require 2 hands to wield.
Yeah, never mind.
In that case, I'm going to walk out to the middle of the field, collapse to my knees, and go for a sleep.
Okay, Henrik goes for a sleep in the middle of a field. Not anywhere near long enough for a rest of any kind.
No, I'm sorry, try to get a short rest.
A short rest just requires rolling a hit die if you want to replenish some HP. A short rest you can have at any time where you're not currently getting stabbed in the face. So if anybody wants to roll a hit die to replenish some lost HP for this as a short rest, that's absolutely fine. We will count this as a short rest. But yeah, it's definitely not going to be a long rest.
What dice is a hit die?
For a barbarian, I believe it's a D12.
Okay. Let's see what I got. Oh, 10.
A 10, so you get to regenerate 10 HP.
And then
I'm going to use my arcane recovery to get another first spell slot back.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Anybody else wanting to do any short rest actions?
I've just recovered all my spells and stuff because it's a long rest for me.
Oh,
wait, so hang on, are we doing a long rest or are we doing a short rest?
No.
Short rest.
Because Fuego is half elf, he meditates on a short rest, as opposed to rests and elven characters when they meditate. It's like having a long rest but on a short rest. Which is a cheat thing to do. That's why a lot of mages tend to be elves, because they get all their spell slots back when they just have a little bit of a sit down. So...
Also, Brian, Chris, the imp's name is Toby.
Well, the imp's name is...
Yeah.
But Henrik calls him Toby because he doesn't speak Infernal.
Yet.
Can anyone else... Is Ryan on the stream? Because I can't see him.
Yeah, I can hear and see Ryan. Ryan's definitely
I've got everyone.
I'm just going to refresh. 2 minutes. There we go. That's better.
Can you see him now? There you go.
I can see him.
It's not a pretty sight, I know.
You got some good dance moves, apparently.
Ryan, do the truffle shuffle, you mean?
What are you trying to say, Mark?
I've never even seen the Goonies. I just know what the truffle shuffle is.
There you go.
He's too young to watch the Goonies. He's just dropped himself right in it now.
I was born in '92. If the
I don't want to brag.
Everyone bullies Callum for being the youngest. I'm only 3 years older than him.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Anywho, let's carry on with the session.
So
I was pre-bollocking everyone for getting distracted, and I'm getting distracted.
Henry's going to walk up to Fuego and basically put a hand out and say, "You are welcome to join us in your quest, and you can fulfill your mother's
very,
dreams
very
and
trusting.
purpose.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like this kid. Welcome to the party. It's just instantly.
Well, I mean, he's literally just seen me take down a bunch of fools. I'm pretty sure if he knows he's lying to me, then yeah, you know what I've done to him.
True, quite possibly, yeah.
Nah, Riv ain't trusting no one.
It's got a phone call. I've got to take 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's fine. What I will fill in, because he's not here yet, for Alistair, is that his character has beheaded the troll and is taking the troll's head as a trophy for the kill, even though it may not have been him that got it. Basically, he was on a sort of, it was a contract he took out to kill this troll that was menacing the people. That's just to explain why his character was there. That's why he was there. Because obviously he's a witcher and witchers take out contracts, and that also explains why he's not going to be here every time, because he's going to be off doing monster hunting, etc., etc.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously it's okay that Ryan's not here, because obviously at this point in time, Cypher wasn't there with you in that fight, so maybe he was sort of carrying on from down the road or whatever. Also, Arian went off to have a nice chat with Lenithon, the big blue dragon, so he also wasn't there. But is that everything that everyone wanted to do in the clearing and sort of post-battle? That was all the post-battle stuff, yeah?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so we'll carry on the way. As you leave the clearing, oh look, here come Arian and Cypher just walking up the road. Now they've rejoined the group. Arian walks over, and perched on his shoulder is a little pseudo-dragon familiar, because now Arian also has his own little familiar carried along with him. And it's a little pseudo-dragon that he got courtesy of Lenithon, so he has a little pet dragon that comes along with him.
Riv is instantly enamoured, and he's just like, oh, it's so cute.
I think Mushu from Mulan, that's basically kind of what it is. It's like a little snaky dragon thing. Yeah.
Little legend.
Unfortunately, it's not voiced by Eddie Murphy, because that'd be racially insensitive of me. Yes. I mean, it would a bit. So Arian's come along now, having spent some time talking to Lenithon for some answers. He's come along with a little pseudo-dragon pet as well. Because Arian now has his own familiar, which he found whilst he was chilling with Lenithon. Whether it's Lenithon's child or not, we don't know. But Arian, what's your pet dragon called? Put him on the spot, quick.
Banked.
Banked. Nice.
Bait.
Banked. He's put it in the chat. Is that a Swedish swear word?
Oh.
No, it's Swedish old man name.
All right.
First I can think of.
So like Colin in English.
Maybe.
Hello, Wilfred.
Okay, absolutely fine. So does Arian want to catch up with everyone, find out what's going on, say hello, anything like that?
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hi. Where you been? You've missed a lot.
He left you a note. He told you he was going to talk to Lenithon.
Well,
You know.
yeah, but we might have expected him back a little sooner.
Yes,
After all the violence that's been occurring.
I had some dragon business I needed to attend to.
some dragon business.
Dragon business.
Itachi's just going to look at him, look at his shield,
Some drag business.
look at the grooves and start tapping his sword at the grooves and just kind of go, mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a point. How many kills did Itachi get last session? Was it 1, 2?
Might have been 2, I think.
2, I think.
don't know. Scott?
I think it was 2.
2. Right, let's roll the d4 and see how many kills Arian got while he was away. No, he wasn't in any fights. Yeah. So any session that you or James miss, I'll roll a dice to explain how many extra kills you got while you were away. That way, if there's a fight in a session that you miss, the other person doesn't get like a channels while you're not there. So, depending on how many enemies the party fight, that'll affect how many dice I roll. So, say for example, James or Itachi gets 4 kills while you're away, I'll roll a d6. because that'll give you a bit of a chance to maybe get 1 or 2 more kills. But I'm not going to roll like a d20 and give you a chance to get 10 more kills, unless you miss like 3 sessions. It's like then I'll roll a d20 or something. It's just to keep it fair for your score tracker in case either of you miss too many sessions, because we don't want to make it unfair on people. So Callum's going to be back shortly. He said we're still waiting on Ryan coming back because he's taking a work call.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to go
only counts as one each.
Yeah, if anybody needs to go get a beer or anything, do so now while we wait for people to come back, and then we will carry on.
You must have read my mind.
So for getting on with a quick session, we've still not moved out of this clearing yet.
We have. We're now back out on the road. Only just.
Everyone's gone now. How are you?
In my defence, not my fault.
No.
Although I am going to disappear shortly to go say goodnight to my son when he's in bed. So.
It'll just be me here then.
Yeah. But I'll set you all off doing something while I do.
Oh, you're still there? I thought you'd gone.
No, I'm still. I'll remain here for now.
Keep me company, so I'm not all on my own.
Yeah, no, but I should probably just turn my camera back on. It'd be easier because everyone thinks I'm never here.
Also, you're saying that I've had a couple of connection issues, so you know as soon as you do that, it's just going to hang the whole lot.
Probably.
Oh, Chris is back.
Okay, I'm back. Can everybody see and hear me? Well, the 2 of you that are here, you both see and hear me.
Yeah.
Your volume got
Yeah, you're
turned
very
down.
quiet.
How about now?
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
Is that okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it was just taking a minute for it to load through. It's because I had to reconnect because I was switching back to using video again, just so that everyone knows I'm actually here.
Oh, I forgot what you look like, Graham.
It's so that everyone actually knows that I'm still here.
This is not a recording.
Yeah, I mean, I could do this, and then that way you know that I'm here. Just I've got my camera turned off because there's a little pink symbol at the top that indicates I've turned it off. But I'll just it's easier just to sit here with it like this.
How'd you fit in that coat behind you?
I have the ability to shrink to a minute size.
Nice.
We're just waiting for Callum and Scott now because Ryan's back.
He showed himself on the camera. That was weird.
I thought you were doing something, but then I was like, no, he's probably just moving the camera.
So who are we waiting for now? Just Callum.
Just Callum.
Just Callum, yeah.
Am I allowed to say my piece or not?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Callum did say to carry on without him. We're just waiting on him coming back.
Okay, so who's the nearest to me in proximity?
I will leave that up to the party because you were all in the clearing together besides Cypher and Arian. But as you've left the clearing, you have encountered Cypher and Arian travelling along the road together. So just decide where you are on the road. It's about a 20 foot wide road, just a normal dirt road with a river on one side and a forest clearing on the other. Remember the original series session we had that road? Think that's the sort of environment you're in.
Okay, so I'm going to be walking down, obviously, a wary as I normally am, and I'm going to be with Hillman and Riv, and I'm going to kind of like, psst, psst, and it's like, what did you mean? What did she mean? She. Sorry, I keep thinking like that. What did he mean when he said he was cursed?
Out of everything he said, that didn't seem like the most worrying thing. I didn't pay any attention, but that does sound weird.
Can anybody check magical distributes? Hillman, can you do a magic check on it?
When we sit down next, I will be able to cast detect magic if
Can I hear them? I imagine
I'm whispering.
behind Riv, so I've got a view of like her bottom area.
Just do a perception.
Are you
check
crawling on the
if
floor?
you can hear them. Just do a perception and see if you can overhear them. No. because he's specifically trying to be quiet. Yeah, on a 15, we'll say no.
That's fine.
I'm not going to do a Forrest Gump and go, "Hi there, Jelly." But no, from that, I'm going to say I'm going to keep an eye on him and let me know. And I'm just going to kind of fall back and start walking next to Fuego and just a little slight nod and just walk in that direction.
I'm just going to look and take a step to the side because his character looks quite intimidating. So it's like, oh, okay.
And it's actually just going to hold his finger out.
I call it.
Helmin's chuckling again.
Hello.
Remember,
he loves a fart joke.
Okay, anybody else want to do anything on the road when they've just ran into Arian, or is that it role play wise for everyone for now?
Hey, darling.
I'm just going to give Ali a quick briefing of it while we're doing it. Carry on.
That's fine. So nobody else has any other points of order they want to take on for the moment?
Nope.
I think
good. Right.
Helmin will be walking with him just chatting.
So just general chit chat, nothing particularly important. That's absolutely fine. We will sort of montage the rest of the journey along the way.
Montage. It's a montage.
Everybody needs a montage. So yeah, we'll montage you all to the nearest sort of port-based town that you were going for. I believe was it Waterdeep that you were wanting to head for? Was that
Falls Deep, yeah.
See, I know.
Waterdeep, yeah.
I know you said port-based, but my brain heard pork-based.
And
that's why we're going to balls deep.
Balls deep. So yeah, we're going to Waterdeep. Yes.
Going to Waterdeep because it was the nearest portside town, and a couple of you knew the Idarath that you've got to head for was across the ocean to the west. Absolutely fine. So yeah, you arrive at Waterdeep. So you're now at like a city-based location. Does anybody have anything that they may want to take care of whilst in a city?
I need a ranged weapon.
Okay, so we'll do a shopping montage shortly at the blacksmiths. Anybody else have anything city-based they want to take care of before we get into anything too deep?
Helmin will want to go to a inn or some place that serves food and try and take on the local delicacies.
Okay, get some more food.
Boost his chefiness.
Is this a big city or?
It's a fairly good-sized city, I believe, Waterdeep. This is one of the ones that actually exists. And as far as I'm aware, it's quite a large city. Yeah, this is... once we leave Waterdeep, we'll be going purely homebrew, and then I can give you more specific answers, but I don't actually know too much about Waterdeep. But yeah, it is, as far as I can recall from looking into it briefly, quite a large city. Yeah, it's a good-sized city with decent things in. If everyone can... sort of decide amongst yourselves what you want to do while you're in the city, whether you want to head straight for the port and get on a boat, whether you want to look around town, do a bit of shopping, look for some side quests, or anything like that. I'm just going to nip off and say a quick goodnight to my son, and I'll be right back.
So I'm imagining we're probably doing a long rest on the ship. So if we do a long rest in the ship, should we consider maybe looking for a side quest for some dollar?
Well, Helmin is going to suggest if the people who stole from us maybe came this way themselves, so maybe we should have a quick look around to see if we can see any signs of thieves or anything.
I have. Go.
Thieves can't?
And criminal contacts. So I know.
You know things.
I know people.
Yeah, it's actually just going to hold his hand out because he used to be in the military as a sailor. He's waiting for the message.
Riv's going to high five him. Jump and high five.
Herb shop at some point.
I'm gonna look at Hitachi and be like, yeah, she does that.
Does anybody want to start learning shield proficiencies?
Shield proficiencies.
Yeah, sorry, I had a bit of a thing there. Does anybody want to start learning the shield trait?
I'm good.
No, I'm okay. Thanks.
Just for the extra AC.
So I'm all right.
I think Hailman needs his hands for spells mostly.
Okie dokie.
And I'm trying to stay away from fighting.
So
I would like to go and see if there's maybe like an alchemist place or someone that knows about this pseudo dragon. I need to learn a bit more if there's no one here. So
And I'd like to go
A scholar or something.
Sorry, Angela, you were really quiet then. Say again.
I'd like to go to a herb shop.
Herb shop. Herb shop. Or a herb
Coffee
shop.
A coffee shop, yeah, a coffee shop.
Coffee and
Drugs.
herb shop.
drugs.
Wait.
lots of mind-blowing drugs.
Hailman used prestidigitation just to make the smell of marijuana in the air.
Hi, Graham.
Attached
We've
is
all
just
got
there
high.
pulling his pipe out of his
All right,
pocket.
okay. Everyone is stoned. Great.
We just sat around and got high for a while.
Everyone
Yeah,
roll
Graham.
Constitution saves.
With disadvantage.
Everyone sees the dragon again.
Itachi's fine.
Chase the dragon, man.
Itachi's fine.
Hailman's throwing up.
Itachi's laughing at everyone. He just sat in the corner going, oh.
Cypher's dead.
Cypher's
Cypher
whitey.
roll just as
Cypher is out his nut.
Woohoo!
he's having glow sticks. He's having a proper rave. Yeah, so we didn't actually decide what we were doing. I think everyone just wants to go to some sort of shop.
Right, okay.
We just want to go shopping.
Right, so who's
Well,
looking?
no, Hailman wants to go to a restaurant, but he's had a word with Riv and just asked her to keep her eye out, see if there's any sign of maybe the thieves who stole
I'm
from us
going-
earlier.
And that's
I'm
why
going
I
to-
Sorry, go.
On you go, Cat.
I was saying because I've got criminal contacts, so I've got people I know in most big cities. So I'm going to put the word out to see if anyone's heard anything about what's happened to our inn, and if there's anyone come by this way seeking ships or transport.
So what I was going to say there was, I'll say to Hailman, why don't you take everyone else shopping? Me and Rev will go and try to see if we can find her underground contact.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, is everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do the shopping bit first. Who was going shopping? Who wants to look for what?
I want
Okay.
a herb kit.
You
I
want
need
a
some
herb
herbs.
kit?
I just need some kind of ranged weapon.
Um,
It didn't work out too great last time.
Before that happens, Riv's got those. Was it 12 silver pieces we found in the cave?
Gold pieces.
Gold pieces. She's going to give those to Hailman in case he sees anything. Get yourself something nice.
Ooh. Just tucks it
Rev
underneath his top.
Rev puts a cigar in her mouth and then turns for this underground contact.
Okay. So, we've got Fuego wants to buy a herb kit.
I just want some herbs.
Cypher's, just some herbs.
Yeah, I've got herb kits. I just need some herbs.
Oh, you can just go and get them. You can pick them from outside the town. Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, right, okay.
Herbs is just something you could have collected them along the way. You don't want to go and buy herbs. So you just
There's not some kind of herb
just do like
dealer.
just do a nature check and see whether you get loads or just a few, and then it'll sort of answer whether you've picked lots or just a few.
Okay. No, it's not going to be good.
Oh.
Yeah, you get a decent amount. I mean, maybe not as many as you'd hoped for were viable, but I mean, you've got a decent amount of herbs, whatever you need them for. What sort of ranged weapon is Cypher looking to buy? And what I mean, like
Okay, bye.
Crossbow. Just a crossbow.
light crossbow, heavy crossbow.
Heavy crossbow, preferably, but I've got a funny feeling I ain't got enough for a heavy crossbow.
Heavy crossbow. Let's have a look. Find out the
Maybe
cost.
just a light crossbow.
Cost. It costs 50 gold.
Okay, what about a light crossbow?
Light crossbow, 25 gold.
Oh, I'll take a light crossbow, please.
A light crossbow. Okie dokie.
Can't leave me with 1 gold.
Can I try
Cypher
and
buys
barter for him to get him a lower price?
You can't barter for him. He can barter for himself if he wants to try and get a lower price.
How would I barter? What skill would that take?
Let's have a look.
Intimidation.
I'm going to say, could I intimidate them to give me it cheaper? I've got decent intimidation.
I'm just going to have a look and see what the barter rules are for 5e. Right, okay. So just roll a charisma persuasion check, barter.
Persuasion. Oops, I've clicked it.
So a 17 is, let's call it, so 25% discount, so 12.5, 7.25. So round that down, we'll say 7 gold off. For your light crossbow, you can have it for 18 gold and it's yours.
Oh, I'll take that. It's a bargain price at that.
Do you want to buy some bolts?
Don't forget the bolts.
For yeah, do you want to buy some bolts for another gold?
I'll take the bolts as well.
I'll throw you in some bolts for a silver.
That seems fair.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you've bartered yourself a slightly cheaper light crossbow. That's fine. Okay. Was anybody else wanting to do any shopping or anything like that?
Yeah. Can I visit a shield shop?
A shield shop? You've already got a shield. The only better shield than a shield is a magic shield, and they won't sell magic shields in this town.
They don't sell animated shields.
No, they just sell normal bog standard shield. Like magic items are things that you like find out and about. They wouldn't sell them in a city.
Okay.
Not this one anyway. Maybe one further along the line, but not right now at the very beginning of adventure.
You find a magic shield that's worth 5 HP. Gives you +5 in your armor class.
Yeah, no, there's no special items in town. Just sort of bog standard, normal, sort of regular stuff that people might want.
I say Helmet will just want to find somewhere to have a chat and just get some recipes and try some of the local cuisine if he can.
Okie dokie.
Roll for soup.
Roll. So are you going to be like eating a load of different kinds of food?
Yeah, go into an inn and just kind of like say, can I have a selection of your local dishes?
Let's do a let's call it a survival. Do a survival check. Determine the quality of the restaurant that you find. Oh, okay. So yeah, you basically find like the worst restaurant in town.
Rat burgers.
You never know, do you? It's questionable meats is the name of this restaurant. Questionable meats and assorted sundries. So just do a Constitution save.
I mean, that Hailman is excited by that name.
Yeah, it's just a Constitution save.
A 9.
Okay. Hailman takes 3 points of poison damage because he's got food poisoning from some questionable meats and various sundries.
What is? So yeah, he will not take any of these recipes. He's just going to leave and kind of look disappointed.
These are horrible. Anything else for anyone else?
I want to buy some snacks for my pseudo dragon.
Dragon snacks. Yeah, I mean, let's just say it costs 2 copper for some dragon snacks, and you've just got some dragon snacks.
They like Scooby snacks.
So I get gold coins for 2 coppers. Perfect.
Whilst Riv and Henrik are doing their thing, and I just want Hailman, if he could just ritual cast Find Vermilion, he's going to change Aldeon from an owl into a spider.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, so we can... Oh, that's the thing, actually, Graham. Sorry, what happened to my imps? He's still just kicking about.
Oh yeah, he's just kicking about. Do you want to interact with him a bit, or?
Nah.
No,
do you want to try and talk to him, or are you just going to ignore him for now?
I'll ignore him for now.
That's fine.
Don't dick, trust me. Wait till you have like an interaction with him.
While they're all doing this, I've found a pub and I'm sat in the tavern.
Womanizing and just being a general sort of Lothario.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's everything for everyone, we will go then to Henrik and Riv, who are looking for criminal connections in town.
I'm going to keep a lookout for any thieves' cant markings around that will indicate where the locals are.
Oh, okay, yeah. Or an investigation check, either or.
Investigation. Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, so you notice like some markings in thieves' cant on all the various shops, and you recognise them as markings that indicate like what's worth robbing, where's been recently robbed, where you shouldn't rob because they're under like the local thieves guild's protection. Those sorts of signs and things, and also like arrows pointing towards the local thieves guild that sort of seem to head off down like an alleyway, just to off to one side. There's like arrows that it's like here be thieves in thieves cant with arrows that nobody else would notice, but
thieves
you recognize what it says.
Beware.
Riv's going to make notes about the different shops, just like interesting. Oh, okay. Looking at the latest kind of upgrades that have been made to security systems, but not actively wanting to rob. But yeah, so we're going to follow the signs to the Thieves Guild.
Okie dokie, yeah, no problem. So I assume you've gone and you're both just sort of heading towards the local Thieves Guild, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you approach what looks to be like a Victorian era style sort of, quite an old house. If anybody's ever been to Chester, those sort of buildings. So it's quite a nice sort of wooden thing, just a 2-story standard, sort of detached building. Looks, innocent as anything. You wouldn't know from the outside that this was like a Thieves Guild headquarters.
Before we walk in, I'm going to say to Riv, I'm going to let you do the talking. I'm just going to stand and be the muscle.
Yeah, look intimidating, but...
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Toby pops up and goes, he couldn't look intimidating if he tried, and then disappears.
I'm going to throw the axe in the direction I think he's coming from.
Riv's going to look very sincerely at Henrik and just go, I like him.
You want him? I will pay you nothing to take him off my hands.
Interesting.
While that happens, then can I turn around a wee corner and then try and get Toby's attention?
So you're leaving Riv to deal with the thieves, and you're going off around the corner to talk to Toby.
Nah, patch that. I'll deal with him later on. Carry on, sorry.
Deal with him later.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, yep. So are you going to knock? Are you going to peer through the windows, climb the building and try and break in? What are you doing?
No, there's going to be a special knock or something that's written outside on instructions on how to get in. So I'm going to...
You need to do the special knock.
Yep.
Yeah, do a sleight of hand just to see how well you do the special knock.
Oh.
I'm stealthy.
You ace it because it's just You got just leave just enough of a gap between the So yeah, the door swings open. Door swings open and there's just a bloke stood in front of you. You'd recognise him. He's got sort of the swagger of a thief. Like you can sort of tell that this guy's sort of already sizing you up to see if you've anything worth stealing. It's like, can I help you?
I'm after some news. I want to know some information. Can you help a
News?
fellow out? Help some fellow.
Check the newsstand, lad.
Help a fellow out here.
Fella?
Yeah.
You don't look like you got those parts, love.
She's going to do a deep sigh and roll her eyes. Look, I've been robbed and I need to know who's robbed me and my fam.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You want me to rat? I ain't no rat.
It's one thief to another. I've come for your help. That's the guild.
Well, it depends. We might have robbed you. Who are you? Where have you come from?
I'm Riv from that place with greenest. See, I remembered.
No, we ain't been no greener. Weren't us, love.
Exactly.
Someone else been robbing on our patch.
Exactly.
Can't be having that. Come on in. We'll see what we can do to help.
Awesome.
So you go in, yeah?
Yep.
Is Henrik following?
Yep.
So he turns around and goes, wait, hang on a minute, Biggin. Who's you?
He's my fam.
What's a fam?
He's my family.
You don't look like you. He's human. You're a gnome.
Family's
You adopted?
Family's more than blood, but yes, we're all adopted each other.
I'm half familiar.
Fair enough. All right. So he takes you through to just a normal sort of standard hallway. Sort of decorated with just sort of swords, shields, things that they've clearly nicked from more expensive places. They're decorating the place with some of their loot that they've not been able to flog either because it's
shields.
Too hot or,
you say?
You're not there.
You don't steal from the guilds.
Yeah,
no, that's
takes you through into a sitting room, and you enter this sitting room, and sort of there's about 5 or 6 sort of blokes just sort of blokes, women, people, individuals, distributed around the room, sort of, counting coin, going over paperwork, like they may be lining up a score, that sort of thing. And then just sort of in quite an ornate armchair sat by a fire towards the back of the room, just sort of a fairly youngish looking person, not somebody. They don't look particularly authoritative, but they seem to carry themselves with like a sense of assuredness. And the bloke you with goes, "Oh, that's the governor over there. You want to go straight to him? He knows all sorts of deal around here. You want to go talk to him?"
I'm getting very Oliver Twist vibes. Like, this is Fagin.
Look, there's a vibe here. It's a mood. This is what actually Riv is saying this to Henrik. She's like, it's a mood. Just go with it.
Henrik's gonna follow, but he's gonna reluctantly not grab his axe. He's just gonna have self.
The guy overhears Henrik saying something about Fagin. Are you calling a fag? And then we'll move swiftly on before we get inundated by anti-gay propaganda.
Yep. Move on from that.
Okay. So he points towards the person by the fire.
Can I roll to see if I recognise anything around the room that they've stolen? Just to try and give myself a bit like, oh yeah, picking out. Oh, I saw that had gone missing. Nice job,
yeah.
Nice job.
Nat 20, you see a leg hanging from the wall.
Yeah, by all means, do it.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, you have a look around, but there's nothing that you recognise. I mean, one bit of gold looks like another bit of gold. You can't tell if it's your bit of gold. It could be your bit of gold.
Oh no, you said
but it's just a bit of gold.
But you said there were some swords or shields. Is there anything that I can spot?
There's nothing that looks like it belonged to you guys. It's all just sort of generic weaponry. There's nothing familiar to you. Just regular weapons, swords, shields, that sort of stuff.
But I kind of want to
nothing particularly fancy.
Whatever. Can I identify the fanciest thing that's stolen and kind of go, oh yeah, that's a nice piece you've nicked there, to be able to give myself a bit of clout in that.
All right, okay. So the fanciest thing in the room, there's a portrait on the back wall of a half drow, half cow. And it's most famously known as the drow cow. The drow cow. It's a portrait of the drow cow, and it's a half drow, half cow by the famous artist Vincent Schmanschmoff. And it's hanging on the wall at the back of the room.
Henrik's going to see this and he's going to walk straight up to it. But no, he's not going to do it. He's just going to walk up to it and just look at it.
And Riv's just going to kind of notice it and kind of nod and just be like, that's a good find. Good find. So you're the person I need to speak to?
I might be. Who are you?
I'm Riv. Nice to meet you.
My name's Trevor.
I'm
short for Trevernicus.
I'm from Greenest. We had some stuff taken from us. I want to know if anyone's come through here offering any of it for sale.
I'm going to walk over back to this point next to Riv.
Okay. He's going to look up at Henrik and go, brought your muscle, have you?
No,
Thought there might be a bit of bother.
No, he's my family. Someone stole from us. He's invested as much as I am.
As he says that, I'm going to look at the guy and say, I have no issue with your friend. I have no issue with you, friend. I'm here to just find answers, and that is all.
I'm asking for your help. Have you heard anything? Any whispers? Anyone new in town? Anyone encroaching on your patch that's come through here that they shouldn't?
Well, I hear a lot of things. There's always new people in town. Let's have a look in the ledger, see if anyone's been nearby. So he pulls out a book and just starts leafing through it. And it seems to be, from what you can sort of see, just sort of by peering over, just a list of like numbers and names. And he's flipping through. And he stops and he goes, what are you missing? What's gone?
A lot of gold and a sword.
A long sword.
What kind of sword? Great sword, was it?
Yep.
I don't know, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great longsword.
I mean, it's hard to place gold, unfortunately. If you've lost some gold, your gold's gone. No way we could trace that. Any gold.
Oh, don't worry. When we find who took the sword, we'll get our gold back. And Riv's going to put on the most kind of scariest look she can, because they're going to fucking
Roll intimidation.
No, I'm not intimidating him. I'm not intimidating him, but this is like someone fucking took our sword.
Yeah.
I will pound that gold out of their bones.
Trying to look like she means business, yeah.
No, she is meaning business, because this is how she feels. It's no performance.
Okay, and he goes, well, there might have been somebody around here trying to flog us a greatsword. Wanted some money for the crossing, mere across the sea. Didn't buy it though. Seemed a bit, I won't say worthless,
Careful.
but I mean it weren't too special. Now magic about it. Yeah, sentimental value don't pay the rent though, do it, love?
I'm going to put a hand on.
Meant a lot to you. Didn't mean that to me, so I didn't buy it. I can get a great sword from down the blacksmiths, and I can get that with a 5-finger discount.
I'm going to put a hand on Rev's shoulder and just kind of say, calm down, let's just see what he has to say.
And then she's going to take breath and go, yeah, that's fair, I probably wouldn't nick it either, but it means something important to us.
Oh, fair enough if it means something to you. How much does information about who was trying to flog it mean to you?
Side huddle with Rev.
You can't do a favour, one thief to another.
Ah, well,
no,
again, favours don't pay the rent, love.
Well, it depends.
What if we did a task for you?
We're on a journey. Is there anything you need while we're away that we can acquire from you, from exotic lands?
Well, I mean, exotic land, you may never come back. What, you die? I
But
get nailed then.
My home is in Greenest. I need to go back to my home. That's where my heart is.
I mean, I tell you what. We got a score on the Bucks. Something that's, I don't want to say past my guys, but I mean, they're all a bit thick, to be honest. You know, they're all right at fleecing a passing tradesman, robbing the occasional shop. But there's a manor other side of town, and some magical defences. And my blokes are all right with a dagger in your side when you're not looking, but can't really hold up much to a firebolt. You get in there, get me what I'm after, I'll give you the information you need.
She's going to look at Henrik and just be like, I'm up for this.
I need a little bit more information. What are we looking for exactly?
You'll know it when you see it.
What other security measures are there?
Not too sure, to be honest. Guards, firebolts. I've sent a couple of blokes in, but I'll be honest, they didn't make it back, so I ain't got much information to go on. Someone told me there's something valuable in that manor, and I want it.
Who did this manor belong to?
Some local wanker.
It didn't begin with an M, did it?
It might have done. Can't rightly say.
I'm gonna look at Rev, and then I'm not gonna jump to conclusions, but I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look at Rev and be like, yeah, let's do this. We accept the task.
I can do this.
Good. Now that you've agreed to it, I'll give you a bit more information.
Awesome.
Because I don't want to give you the information and then you not agree to it and run off and steal it anyway. But as we all know, thieves' word is bond. Thieves' word is bond.
No honour among
Break it, you'll have every guild on the planet after you. You don't betray your own.
Oh, no.
Right. So, manor belongs to Mr. Goldsmith. Lives the other side, just on the other side of town.
That's why we don't know that name. Okay, carry on.
And what you're looking for? It's a crown.
Nice.
Word on the street is he stole it from some local king, or would-be king, fancied himself a king. Wasn't very kingly when he had his throat cut. But I want his crown, because I fancy myself the thieves' king, and I'll be the thieves' king of this part. But I need myself a crown. You steal me that crown, I'll give you the info you need.
One other thing to sweeten the deal. If we get you this crown, you get us passage to a destination of our choice.
Just the two of you? Easy.
No.
More than two of us.
I've got a crew. And you said your guys couldn't get into this place. I've got a crew with a particular set of skills.
See, when Rev says, I've got a crew, I look at him going, excuse me.
And Rev's going to look back and go, excuse me? This is my patch now.
Right. How many of you need passage?
There is 1, 2, 3, 4. 7? 7 or 6?
8.
8.
8 and a few familiars.
8 and a few.
As he says that,
I can't book you passage on a ship, but I can maybe procure you one of your own.
Nice.
It might not be 100% legitimate, but that's between me and the bench post, innit?
We'll take it.
That's the least of my worries.
More adventure. We'll take it.
So Riv's going to stick her hand out and go, Riv Tinker Sprocket Top, and you are... What's his name, by the way?
Trevernicus. Trevor to me, friend.
Trevor.
Yeah, he goes, spits in his hand and gives it a shake.
Shake. Cool.
Boys, see you, Matt. And then a couple of the thieves, they just sort of usher you out the door and off you go.
Nice.
And then we regroup with the team.
Okay. We'll just wait for the rest of the team to come back.
That should have been Melkor's portrait. Sorry, just catching up with the chat. Yeah. Riff would have fucking run up the ceiling and set it on fire.
That would have been good. If we had to steal Melkor's portrait, that would have been good. That would have been brilliant.
Not gonna lie, I had none of that planned.
No, and it was amazing. It's amazing.
Well done. Improvisation.
Who owns the manor? What are we looking for? Brain. I don't know.
Who owns the manor? Me. What are we looking for? Things.
Things and stuff.
I love the fact that kind of the more Cockney you became, it kind of brought out my Cockneyness as well. We both ended up kind of talking a bit London-like.
Well, when you're talking about thieves, you've got to go Cockney. Or Scouse, but Scouse is way too annoying.
Yeah.
So
You're bringing out my
I'm
inner
gonna-
Essex girl.
I'm going to walk up to Hillman and just ask him, like, what did you find?
Helmin's throwing up at the side of the road as you come across.
Riv's gonna hold back his hair.
I found a place with a great name. Just, yeah, very questionable meats.
Cypher, is that a new bow? Crossbow?
Finally, I can actually kill things from a distance. I ain't gonna keep
Wait.
charging everything. It took bloody long enough.
Where's
Every fight from now on is all close range.
Guaranteed.
I'm gonna do like a wee head count and be like, where's the new guy? Where's the new boy?
And just as you say that, you see me being thrown out of a tavern by the 2 security guards head first. I stand up,
then
run myself off, but she wanted it. I go,
Yikes!
Tavern Master comes out and goes, "Stay away from my wife, you can't."
She was your daughter.
Yeah, and my wife.
A wizard appears and it's Jeremy Kyle.
Wait, guys.
I'm gonna let Riv inform everyone of the mission, the task.
So is
Before you do that,
yeah.
I'm gonna spot Baltar in the distance. Like, oi, that's the guy that helped us. That's the one from the fight. Call him over.
Cool. We're gonna need
Oh,
all the
Baltar.
hands we can get.
We might indeed.
Yeah, bald hair. Yeah.
Yep. Ali's character's whatever I say it, isn't it? Because I can't pronounce half the names. He's really good at making up names, I just can't pronounce them.
Oh.
That's the point.
So you're gonna come over and join us?
Yeah, I'm going to come over and join you and go, what is after now?
As he walks over, can Helmin cast prestidigitation so a song Toss a Coin to Your Witcher is just playing as he walks along, just for giggles?
I mean, you can just sing it.
I'm currently being sick.
You make the sound of your vomiting sound like singing "Toss the Coin to Your Witcher." Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm gonna look at Baltier and say, do you fancy a job?
Depends what it is.
Something not usually unique to a Witcher, but we might need one.
What's in it for me?
Money and potential loot and new weapons.
Any more details on that?
And then also, so you're part of the quest.
We're just trying to include you, you grateful bastard.
Well,
that's Toby.
Yeah. Toby's going to start mimicking Henrik's accent from now on.
And then when he says I'm going to need more from that, I'm going to like gesture towards Riv as if she's going to tell us like in a heist style movie about the plan.
So, good news, I may have got us passage. Good news, I might have found someone who knows who took our shit. Bad news, stroke good news. Who fancies a heist? We're gonna do some robbing.
Somebody play Ocean's 11 now.
I'm gonna look at Hillman and basically say there was no other way. I'm sorry.
Helmin will just look at Henrik and be like, "It's often the way in these things. You sometimes have to get your hands dirty to get what you need."
Very true, my friend.
I get to come on the ship with you?
If you've got some spells,
I've never been on a ship before. I've never been off land.
Sure.
Yes, I want to go on a boat.
Itachi's then going to look back at Riv and Hillman and just kind of go,
Yeah.
Riv's not sure what's going on, so she's just going to make gestures at everyone.
Okay, so exposition dump for everybody. Yep. You've been hired by the local leader of the Thieves Guild to rob something, so he can give you information on A, who robbed you, and B, provide you with a ship to sail across to the land that you're aiming for in response to the letter that you received.
Cool.
Okay, so
is everybody in?
Yes.
Yep.
Get to kill bad guys.
Yeah, Helmin's in.
Riv's going to put a hand in. Hand in, everyone.
Everyone
I imagine Fuego will be the first to put his hand on yours.
Comes it and starts stroking it lovingly.
Henry takes
underneath and then like wraps fingers over like that.
And then I notice what everybody else is doing and quickly join in.
Yeah. And I think on one of the other gifts I sent, it was just like, right, on 3, don't die. Don't die!
Wait, die?
Should we take a long rest before we start, though?
Don't have a timescale, so...
Let's see. Do you have time for a long rest? Yeah, screw it. If you want to have a sleep for the night and like do some advanced planning, you can seek lodgings at a local inn.
Not when Hailman was.
No, I'll recommend we find somewhere different.
Yeah, not where Hailman ate his food, because then you'd literally be just sleeping in a basement full of sewage.
Do not go in there.
Yeah.
Do not go in there. Woo!
The cabin over there's got an inn. They've got rooms.
Is that the one that Fuego was just chucked out of?
Hey, you wanted
Henry's gonna grab Fuego by the collar and be like, nope.
Yeah, you have to find a different tavern. I mean, they'll let everyone in except Fuego. So, I mean, you can all go rest there, and then Fuego has to
you can go
sleep somewhere else.
I have a disguise kit.
Well, I mean, if you want to use your disguise kit and try and sneak in disguise as somebody else, just roll a let's say stealth check just to see how good your disguise is.
I don't lose my disguise kit, do I?
No, it's just something you can use to like paint your face and stuff.
Yeah, disguise kits? Is that something you can just carry on?
Stealth.
Yeah, it's not quite like disguise self the spell. It's just like a kit that you have. Deception's fine, that works equally.
Oh no,
well.
what is it that you have to roll?
You'll have like scarves and stuff
stealth,
like that.
You know, like sneaking through. But I keep forgetting deception exists because we never use it. So deception works better. Yeah, well, the stealth was a better roll, but your modifier was the same on either one. Yeah. But we'll say it's fine. But just to quickly answer Callum's question, a disguise kit is just something you can use to make like a basic disguise. So like you're not going to make yourself look like no, but like a Groucho Marx glasses with a fake nose. If it was a crap roll, other than that, it's just like a fake nose, fake glasses, fake hair, whatever.
So I'm going to sit there. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to put them on. And then I'm going to turn back around, use prestidigitation to get a handheld mirror and see. Told you I can pull it off.
Fair enough.
I'm going to
you
I'm going to
I'm just going to wait 1 second. I need to move downstairs because the missus is off to bed.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm still listening.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm going to turn to Cypher and be like, I don't know how I feel about that one yet.
I don't mind. Seems alright to me. Maybe a wee bit horny.
Just a bit. And then we're all going to
just a bit. You know what these young'uns are like.
Okay, so you all go into the inn, that's absolutely fine. It's 1 silver piece for lodgings for the night, so who's paying? Because half of you have got robbed.
I'll just pay. How much,
pay with
how
that
much
gold
is
that you found.
Yeah.
I think it's 10, so just call it a gold piece for the lot of you.
Cool.
Including breakfast. So you all get breakfast and lodgings for a gold.
Ye oldie fancy travel lodgy.
Ye oldie Graham can't be arsed. You're looking up at money and how much lodging should cost me. Because effort.
So in that case, Henrik is just going to go straight to bed.
Fair enough. Just do a deck save.
A dex save.
Yep.
Yep. Hang on.
Oh.
Down. Fucking down. That is a 6.
Yeah, Henrik falls down the stairs because Toby appears and trips him.
I love Toby.
Henrik takes 6 points of falling damage.
Bullshit.
So it's fine. You're going for a long rest anyway, so you'll get it all back.
I'm gonna grab Toby by the neck, and then I'm gonna take him.
Oh no, he appeared, tripped you, and then disappeared. You don't know where he is.
Right. Well, I'm in my room now, and I'm gonna say, Toby, come out for a second. I want to talk to you.
Toby, come out for a second. I want to talk to you. Just so you just hear it being mouthed from the corner of the room.
Toby. I'm going to be going on a question, and I might need your help. In return for this help, anything I kill, you can eat. If you help me and my friends.
Toby just sort of appears out of the darkness, just rematerializes and goes, "Well, what if you don't kill anything?"
And then I'm going to look up and be like, "Believe me, I will die trying to kill something."
If you die, I eat you.
Yeah.
All right then.
And then
I will think about helping you rather than hindering you.
Just remember that anything I kill, you can eat, and I will say the same to Atachi, Cypher, and Aaron because they all kill people as well. And Riv
if you kill them, can I eat them?
I'm not going to kill them. I'm not going to kill them personally, but if they die in this quest and you just so happen to appear, and you can eat them if you really want to.
So as soon as a party member gets killed, I can eat them.
Sure, why not? As long as you help us. As long as you help us fight.
He looks as though he's thinking about it, and then he just sort of looks back at you again, and then looks like he's thinking about it. And then he kind of looks at you and just sort of smirks, and then disappears. So you think he might have gone for it.
Okay. And then I'm gonna.
You think he's agreeing to it, basically. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying he's not gone. Yeah, all right, then deal and shook your hand, but he's not said no. So
right, okay.
we'll see how it goes from here on the next interaction.
Okay.
Yeah,
everybody check the toilet first.
He at the minute he's probably still going to keep punking you every so often by tripping you up some stairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like. Maybe, we'll see. But for now, I mean, he's warming to the idea of helping, at least. We'll say that.
Okay.
What's everybody else doing in the tavern?
One more thing. Just
go on. Did Henrik have one more thing?
I'm going to leave a chicken leg out for him just in case he gets hungry.
Okay, fine.
Is there books in the tavern, or is there a library nearby that's still open?
Yeah, there can be an all-night 24/7 library. Why not?
I'm going to slip off to the library, and I'm really excited about going on a boat, so I want to read up about boats, and I'm just going to sit at the library and eagerly look through books about boats.
Yeah, do me a intelligence check.
Oh shit, there it is. Oh god.
You intelligence to find it.
No, not save, just an intelligence check. I'll let you re-roll it.
You get a paper cut.
So just click the word intelligence.
Oh, it's a big bit. Yeah, sorry, it's a big bit of the side. My brain just wasn't with it. Sorry.
Fine.
Even you're on the wrong bit.
Oh, right. Well,
okay. That's fine. That was for me. That was for me, not for you. Don't worry. But how much did you really learn? How much did you really learn about boats?
Because we're having a long rest, can I use my favours by the gods and add a 2d4 to it? Or is that?
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Yay.
Garden spell slots.
2d4. Unless you're about to have a long rest, so it doesn't really. Make that 10.
That's fine. Okay. Next.
Anyone?
I'm just going to go to sleep.
quite corner.
Hitachi's gonna
for more details about the job.
Hitachi's gonna get up and head towards the bedroom and find a chicken leg and go, ooh, eat it on the way.
It's separate rooms, so unless you've broken into Henrik's bedroom to steal the chicken.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought it was downstairs. No,
he's left it in the corner of his room for Toby to eat.
It's not like
if you want to sneak into his room and try and steal it, by all means.
If he needs to do some sort of dice roll, if he fails, Toby gets him.
Oh no! Yeah. Do you want to try and sneak in and steal the chicken leg?
No, I'm not risking Toby.
Not risking the wrath of Toby. That's fine. So Itachi's going up to bed. Riv's going up to bed. Henrik's in bed. Fuego's in the library. So we've got Arian, Cypher, Baltair, and Hailman.
Cypher's gone to bed as well.
Cypher's in bed. Arian?
Bengt says that he can smell chicken. So
Arian's familiar can smell some chicken. Yep.
Yeah. So I'll order him some instead.
He's got a pseudo dragon, so he's got like a little pet dragon.
What the fuck?
All you need to do is train Toby to ride him.
I know
Toby
the
can fly.
so I
Henrik won't kill you. It's Toby you need to worry about.
Yeah. So Bengt can smell chicken. What from there? Sorry. Order some chicken and then go to bed. Okie dokie. That's fine. So we've got
still awake then, or has everyone gone to bed?
just Baltair and Hailman, I believe, are still awake.
Yeah, one we get a pint of ale, find a quiet corner, and just listen to people.
Fair enough. So Baltair's doing some people watching. Yeah.
Hailman will get a drink and he will sit next to Baltair, just talking his ear off, stopping him listening to what's going on in the background.
Somehow you like the little bard in The Witcher that annoys him.
But he's going to be asking Baltair if he knows anything about this goldsmith, if he's from the area, and just trying to get an idea of the town or the city.
Baltair's been very, very short with him, impatient.
If nothing's coming, then Hailman will chat for a while, then he'll just head upstairs.
Yeah, no problem. So having a bit of a combo off to bed. Okie dokie.
Yeah,
so
have a bit of a chat with him.
We'll call it a long rest, so everyone refill everything up to the top. This is going to be the last long rest you're going to get for a little while, so we'll call this a long rest.
Oh shit!
Okay. So morning comes. You all, get up. Have your complimentary breakfast that came. You were hoping for a fry up, but it's a continental breakfast, so it's like ham and melon.
That's even worse. That's shocking.
Bagels and croissant and just like sort of cold crap that you didn't really want because you wanted sausage, bacon, and eggs, but you've got melon. Have some fruit and a cup of tea.
I'm going to take all that you've just described, and I'm going to walk up to the bar, and I'm just going to say to them, "Can I swap all of this for a beer or an ale?" Really?
No.
Okay.
He's going to look a bit confused and go, "It's a complimentary breakfast. You've already paid for it." So,
and then I'm just gonna put it on the floor and then whisper, "Toby, get it," and see if Toby wants to eat it.
Toby will sort of like appear and then just sort of sniffle around it, and he'll eat the ham and then piss on the melon and then disappear again.
Fair enough. I would have done the same.
That's it.
He'll have the rest of his rations as well.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Anyone that's not eating can sort of pack some up and add an extra ration to your ration count. If you want some rations, that's fine. Okay, so the day has dawned. What's people's plans? What is it you want to do? Do you want to ask around town, see if anybody knows? I mean, you know that the manor is on the other side of town. You don't have an exact location for it. Do you want to ask around, see if he knows the guy, or?
I want to speak to the town's guard, and before anyone jumps,
no.
I'm not going to kill them. No.
Oh God, we've been here before.
I'm going to walk up to the town's guard and
we just open up a guard character sheet once again.
and I just gonna. Well, no, I can't. Is Riv anywhere close?
I mean, you're all just in the tavern, so
maybe
anyone that wants to leave can leave together or leave separately. Or
if Henrik's mentioned that he's going to go and speak to the town guard, Riv is just going to say, just don't raise any suspicions. Don't tip them off what we're going to do.
Well, no, because I'm going to
let's go and tell the town guard that we're looking for Goldsmith's Manor, and then when Goldsmith's Manor gets robbed, I wonder who they might be looking for.
We're strangers in the area. Please tell us about this mansion full of treasure.
Okay, maybe not the guard then. I'm going to talk to one of the. Local shopkeepers. I'm going to talk to one of the local shopkeepers.
All right. Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to do just before we quickly resolve that?
I'd like to go with, if that's okay.
Okay. Yep. Anyone else? Show of hands. No. Okay. Fine. We'll resolve that then. So
you can't let him go alone again.
Which shop are you going to go to? Just pick one. Let's say you've got a grocer's, a blacksmith's, an apothecary.
I'll go to.
They're the three nearest.
I'll go to a blacksmith.
Blacksmith. Okie doke. What do you want to ask him specifically?
So I'm going to walk up to him and I'm going to ask him, did you ever hear anything about the house on the other side of the hill, the manor?
Do you mean Goldsmith's Manor?
Yeah.
Everyone knows Mr. Goldsmith.
Yeah, after Henrik says that, can Helmin pip in and say, we're looking for work. We've heard he may need some help at the minute.
We're new to town. We're looking for some work, and we just thought maybe Mr. Goldsmith could be doing with some help.
Well, I've not heard of anything. He usually asks if he can put a flyer up when he's got work going. But, I don't know, maybe you heard something last night and he's not got around to coming over and asking yet. But, everyone knows Mr. Goldsmith. He's a right great guy, Mr. Goldsmith, philanthropist. He built the orphanage on the other side of town.
He built an orphanage?
Yeah, he's like a local hero. Is Mr. Goldsmith? He builds orphanages and schools. He's forever donating money to charities. I mean, he buys a lot of steel for his guards. He's got a lot of guards.
Helmin just sigh deep.
For some reason, people are always wanting to break in. He has a lot of valuables, does Mr. Goldsmith. So he has a lot of guards on staff. So I do a lot of business with him. And he always pays over the odds. You know, it's only 25 gold for a light crossbow. He always pays 30. Don't try haggling me down.
No, I wasn't going to do anything like that. Have you ever seen the crown that he wears?
Don't be suspicious.
Mr. Goldsmith doesn't wear a crown.
No.
No, Mr. Goldsmith doesn't wear no crown.
Alright, okay. I just heard that I heard there was a crown in this area and I wasn't too sure if it was real or not. Okay.
Just roll a... Let's go with deception check.
Ailman, do you want to maybe jump in here just in case I've spoken to something?
Hey, is it deception?
Yeah. And it was a 17.
Fair enough. No, I mean, I've heard talk around town from some of the rougher types about a crown that's floating about, but I've never seen Mr. Goldsmith wearing it. Whether he owns one or not, I couldn't say. Never been in his treasury, never been in his vault, but he might have one.
Fair enough.
But I mean, if you're looking for work with him, I'm sure you can go. If you want directions, it's just over there, and he gives you some directions.
And then I'm going to put a hand out to shake his hand and say thank you very much for your time. I just had one more question. Have you seen anything about a great longsword, perhaps? I'll come up to you with a great long sword.
There were some rough types in here a couple of days ago looking to sell a great sword, but I mean, I've got all the great swords I need, so I didn't see fixed to buying it. I don't know. It looked well used. Like maybe it had been taken from someone. I don't deal in those sort of items.
And then I'm gonna. You able to give me a description of them at all?
Just rough types. They had cowls up, dark clothing, looked a bit suspicious. I don't ask too many questions. I'm an honest tradesman. I don't really fancy getting stabbed. So yeah,
I don't blame you. And then, because of his troubles, I'm going to give him 2 gold.
Oh, that is mighty generous of you. Here, take a javelin, and he just gives you a javelin for 2 gold. Javelins cost less than 2 gold, so he's just going to give you a javelin.
I've already got like 4 javelins. Okay,
just add an extra javelin. You can now you have 5 javelins.
Okay, and I'm going to walk away.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. So where are we going from there? Anybody? Anyone want to jump in with anything? I assume you're going to go back to the rest of the group and tell them everything you've just learned.
Yep.
And for
I'm gonna look at Hellman and basically say we cannot do this.
Riv's already planning out blueprints.
I mean, they're thieves. They don't necessarily steal from bad people.
No, but
yeah, Hellman's having a tough time trying to work out what to do.
Riv's not at all.
Okay, right.
He's going to suggest if we do this, we take the crown guy.
No, we cannot hurt this guy at all.
No, just the crown. Only the crown.
So, invisibility. Oh, we could do. What we could do is we could send a bunch of people in to scout the place out, and then like the actual sneaky ones hide so they don't show their faces in case we do get caught. No? Yeah, maybe. Potentially. No.
That's not a bad idea. Or we could just do what we did with Melkor Manor.
Maybe we should learn about Mr.
Yes. Goldsmith's
schedule or something. Maybe if he leaves, we can. Riv might be able to disguise herself as him and just walk straight in, pick the crown up, and leave.
Good do.
How many of the party are Dragonlords?
Sorry?
How many?
2. There's 2 Dragonlords.
2, sorry.
There's 2.
Okay, so you both eat gold. Go up to his house, knock on the door. I'll wait for you. If you feed gold, we can gather information.
I mean, he isn't actually looking for work. That was the excuse. That was the excuse they were using to get some information about him. That was something that Haleman and Henrik made up for fishing for information. Yeah, he's not actually looking for new staff. That was just what they told the blacksmith so that they could get some info out of him.
I was going to say we could use me as like some kind of security guard, and we could use Hellman as a chef and try to get on the inside.
I mean, that it's not to say you couldn't go and apply for a job. Like, I'm not saying it's not a possibility. It's just he's not actively recruiting new staff, so it's not like you just turn up and go, "We're here for that new job." It's like, they'd be like, I mean, you know where the manor is, so how you either try and infiltrate or stake it out or coerce your way inside, that's all up to the party. So it's up to you guys as a group to decide what you want to do.
As a sneaky thief, I have my slippers where I can climb up walls. I have invisibility. I have sleep, so I can put people to sleep.
Oh, that's a good one, actually. I do think Riv, and this is in the nicest possible way. I do think Riv needs to stay as far away from the manor as possible for now, until it comes down to the actual thief side of things. Because if you get spotted at the front gate with the rest of us, because then the operation's a bust.
Haleman will suggest maybe 1 or 2 of us should go in and try and look inside the manor, try and get a job. Maybe I'm happy to go and offer my services as a cook, and
I'll go and offer
if
myself
there's anyone else who wants to come in, he will look towards Itachi as well.
I have a little thing that might be able to help out. I seem to be able to get the bit of the upper hand when it comes to persuasion and anything to do with me having to talk my way out of things. It only lasts for a minute, and then for some reason they all seem to turn on us. But if a minute is any good,
Yeah, with that, I'm going to look back at Hillman and kind of just go.
I'm gonna look at Itachi and basically say, "Be nice, come on."
Maybe that's useful. If we get into a bit of trouble, we can use it as a getaway plan.
Yeah. Okay, so
Riv's going to look at Hailman and say, "You've got detect magic. Would you be able to detect if there's any magical traps or magic security?"
Yes, I will have to have 10 minutes to cast that before we go, but...
Okay, so...
out while you're preparing it, we can be on a little stakeout and keep watch, scout it.
Okay, so why don't we do that? Me, Hillman will go up. We'll try and get jobs in the place. We'll have a stakeout crew on the outside. And then kind of do the guys watching the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Like what Chris was saying, watch his movements.
That sounds like a plan.
Yep, we're good for that.
At what point am I going to sneak in and grab the goods? I need to know where they are for a start.
How far can you speak to us in our minds?
Let's have a look.
Is it a long distance or a short distance?
120 feet.
So quite a long way. So maybe if me and whoever else is going in, you can give us maybe, let's say, an hour.
Yeah, and then I can check in.
And then you can always then just see if you could reach us, and we can pass information that way.
Cool. And then you can remotely guide me around the building.
It'll be like, "Hey Siri, this is the map."
So Helen's going to look at Henrik and say, "Shall we do this?" And if everyone else wants to kind of hang back but be in the vicinity in case anything happens.
Yep.
Although it does say that 1 foot of stone, 3 foot of wooden block will block the spell, or 3 foot of wood will block the spell. So you can't be too far inside the building.
What if we got you on top of the building?
Operation
Speak down the chimney. Speak down the chimney.
Do we know? But we haven't seen the manor yet, so we don't know if there is a chimney.
What if I come in with you, but I come in as invisible and just have a look around while you're talking? See if I can find it.
We've heard that from the thief there's obviously defences, potentially magical defences, so...
And a lot of guards.
May have something there that can see invisible creatures.
Okay, how about me and Hillman walk up just now and we'll find out what we can find out. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
So is that the consensus then? Hailman and Henrik are going to scout the place out first, see if they can invade, if you will, and then sort of see what they can figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you don't need a stealth. We'll just, you walk across town, you approach. It's pretty easy to see the manor as you get sort of halfway through town. Sort of as you get to, let's call it the town square. On the other side of the town square from where you were, I mean, you were sort of downhill before, so you couldn't quite see it over the verge. But as you crested over it, you can see quite a large sort of iron railing fence, like small gaps between the bars, not enough to squeeze through. And the fence just sort of stretches at least sort of 50 foot each side and then sort of curls round on itself around the back. Big wrought iron gate with a bell outside for you to sort of ring for attention. On the obviously, like looking at the manor itself, it's quite a large building. Sort of from the front on, you can see sort of like big, large double doors at the base. There's 3 floors, and then going along the front, there's at least sort of 3 windows either side. So at least sort of 12 rooms at the front, and you'd expect probably the same around the other side, and sort of going up the same 3 floors. So it looks like it's quite a sizable building. It's a very, very large thing, and then just like sort of on a placard just next to the gate, as you approach the gate itself, it just says Mr. M. Goldsmith's house for the disadvantaged.
Helmin will see the M, and his brain just starts going in overdrive. As we're at the gate, though, can Helmin just drop his spider familiar through the bars and just send him, not necessarily into the house, because he can only go 100 feet away from myself, but just put him down inside the ground, so he's kind of like an advanced scout, just looking around.
Just walking around somewhere inside the ground. Yeah, that's
he's going to maybe go about 30 feet ahead of me.
Yeah, absolutely fine. That's not a problem at all.
So look at Henrik and say, are we doing this then?
Shall we? And then Henrik's going to reach the door and ring it.
Okay, so you ring the bell. The bell doesn't actually ring. Like, you thing it, and it should clang, but it doesn't. And then just sort of do a perception check for me. Both of you.
That is a 19. Oh, wait, hang on. I think I got a +1 in that, actually. Hold on.
It's a 7.
Why can I not see this? Yep, I got a +1, so it's a 20.
+1, so dirty 20. Yeah, that's fine. So Henrik just sort of hears, just ever so slightly in the difference, just hears a... as if it comes from in the house. Almost like this is some sort of magical doorbell. So it's like you've rung it, but it rings inside, not outside.
Right.
So that's been, it's like quite a long drive to get up to there. They'd never hear a bell that you've rung at the gate. So it rings inside the house, just like as a magic doorbell. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. You sort of see the double doors, sort of one of them just sort of swing open ever so slightly, like that, and then swing shut again. And then there's just a human man sort of walking all the way down, I'm going to call it approximately 100 feet long, the driveway to the gate, approaches the gate and just goes, "Can I help you?"
Good afternoon, sir. I'm going to put my hand out for a handshake. My name is Henrik Firebeard of the Firebeard clan, and this is my friend, Hillman Highhill. And we
so are you trying to reach through the bars for the handshake or outside of the bars?
I'll go inside so he doesn't feel so
reaching
threatened.
Through the bars for him, yeah. So yeah, you go to reach through the bars, and your hand just sort of rebounds as you try and reach through.
Okay.
As if it's been sort of repelled by some sort of magic force field.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't physically reach through the bars.
The spider to get through then, the familiar.
Yeah, the spider got through because he's a magical creature, so he sort of bypassed that. But physically, you can't sort of yourself get through the bars. So it's sort of, in case anyone was for some reason able to go very thin or no one's shimmying through the bars. But yeah, your spider, little teeny weeny creature, doesn't register because it's not big enough. It's like a little, because otherwise it'd be like a bug zapper. They constantly have like flies just going bzz, 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 off of it all day.
just load of dead flies.
So as you reach and sort of touch it, you get like a minor little jolt. It's not enough to cause any damage, or it's just like a little shock in your ear, just a little, just sort of in the background. Almost like a sensor, like it alerts people inside if someone's trying to get through the gate.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that, but me and my friend here, we're looking for work. I'm a chef and I've worked all across the land, and I used to have my own inn, and I must say my food is delicious.
And I hit stuff hard.
Both of you just do persuasion checks. So obviously Henrik's trying to convince him he'd be a good addition to the guards team.
That is
an 8.
Like to the doubt. I got a 6. I think it's a 6. I'll say a 6.
Hi, welcome to Greg's.
Is the dot next to the line or next to the 0 on it? If it's next to the 0 of the bottom, then it's a 6. If it's next to the line bit at the bottom, it's a 9.
Oh, it's a 6 then. Yeah, it's definitely a
6. Right. Okay. So.
Wait, plus persuasion? Did you say?
Yeah, but with a 6, it doesn't matter what the plus is. You don't have like a plus 12 or something to your persuasion checks. It's not going to make much of a difference.
Wait, how far away is the door from where we are?
About 100 foot away.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's just sort of going to look at the pair and go, well, I mean, we're not currently recruiting at the moment. I mean, if you've got like a resume, you want to I can pass it on, but yeah, for the minute we're not actively recruiting. We don't need any new staff at the moment.
As he says that, Hailman is going to reach into his pack and pull out some of the food that he's received this morning, like let's say the chicken leg or something, and he's going to use prestidigitation to make it taste delicious. And he's going to say, "I don't have a resume, but please try this that I made earlier."
Right. Just again, roll persuasion.
I assure you, it's wonderful. And I use my lucky.
Yeah.
I got a 9.
Yeah, he's gonna just sort of look at you with like not so much like scorn or disdain, but just sort of a little bit snooty, looking down his nose, sort of thing, and just go, "It's okay, sir. I've had chicken before." Because it looks like chicken leg.
I'm going to.
I have had chicken before.
I'm going to look up and basically point at the flag and say, for the disadvantaged, I think me and my friend have travelled for a while now, and we've been trying to find work for a while, and we've not had the best of luck. All we're asking for is 2 simple jobs, maybe for a week or so, to prove ourselves.
It's been so hard since we lost our parents.
Yeah.
Why have I got a of mice and men vibe going on?
Right. One last persuasion check for the pair of you.
And I get to pet the dog.
7.
15 plus 1.
He's going, well, our chef has 2 the equivalent of this world's Michelin stars, so we're not in need of a chef. But, what one can never have too many guards. Come in, sir. And he lets Henrik through the gate and just closes it back on Hailman.
Yep, no worries.
And then I bid you good day, sir, and turns on his tail and escorts Henrik off towards the barracks.
Why have I got Steve vibes coming from this?
I'm gonna look at Hellman and kind of wave him off, but be like, I'll be okay.
So Henrik has now been taken into the manor grounds, and Hailman's been refused entry.
Hailman, he turns and starts walking back to the rest of the group, head down, looking very dejected, just not happy at all.
And we're like, "Where's Henrik? I lost him."
He got in.
Rib's going to put a hand on his shoulder and just be like, "It's okay. Happens to the best of us." What was that? Any magic?
There is no getting in, as far as I can see, without them knowing. So there seems to be like a magic barrier around the area. As I leave and I'm sat with everyone, can I ritual cast my detect magic, which I didn't do before we got there?
Yeah, you can cast detect magic.
Yeah, that runs for 10 minutes, so then I can just potentially walk around with everybody to where the gates are. Just say there's a magic barrier that runs all the way around.
Yeah, you can cast detect magic. That's absolutely fine.
And then just sensing.
We'll say that you cast that whilst you were outside the manor, just to make things simpler, rather than you have to sort of go all the way around. It's like you cast it from outside the gate before the guard got there or whatever, and just there you can detect that. The gate itself is very magic, as a sort of a preventative entry force field, and like an alert sort of charm on it. The wall itself, physically, is not magical, but there's the same barrier that seems to be across the gate also seems to extend a few feet up from the top of the wall as well, to potentially prevent scaling. So yeah, you can notice that there's a lot of magic around. Just do an Arcana check for me.
While he's doing that, how tall is the wall?
I'm gonna say quite tall. Let's
do
go
like those
with
9s.
about 20 feet. So it's quite a big wall. It's quite a high, think like country estate where it's got quite large walls outside. You're not like vaulting over it. It'd be a little bit of a climb. I mean, it's not unclimbable. But 20 feet, it's sort of a couple of stories tall. You can see like the top floor of the house over the wall, but the rest will be sheltered from you because they'd want their privacy in the grounds. So it's quite
That's
a high
fine.
wall.
That's fine. I'm going to look at Arian and Cypher and go, time to eat the gnome.
I like eating gnomes.
So no, I got 9 on my Arcana check.
Yeah, not a problem. That's fine. That was more for me. I'll come back to it a little bit later on.
I can walk up walls.
Oh, yes, you can.
She can just walk up walls. Yeah.
Well, I'll relay that about the barrier going higher to everybody.
She can't walk up the extended force field that stretches above the wall, but she can get onto the wall.
I'll see that Hillman's concentrating hard, and I'm just going to walk up and whisper to him, "Purple monkey dishwasher," and give him a bardic inspiration.
He'll giggle and say, and just be laughing.
A bag of inspiration?
Even though he's a bit unsure about him.
Bardic.
Oh. I think you said a bag of inspiration. I was like, what the hell is that?
just a bag of inspiration. I'm so inspired.
It's drugs. It's just a bag. It's a wee bag of kit.
That's canon now. Fuego's bardic inspiration is a line of cocaine. I'm so inspired.
Yeah, he's chewing through the wall.
That's canon now. Fuego's handing out coke, and that's how he inspires people.
That works for that.
It does work. I'm good with that. I've handed you a little bag of white powder.
This is magic. Put it up your nostril. It'll make you feel better.
You want to see a dragon?
Okay. Anyway, back to normality. Henrik is inside. We will cut back to him shortly and go more into detail on what's happening inside. For now, what are the rest of the party doing that have been sort of excluded temporarily?
I just found a stone and I'm sharpening my longsword.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually just stood waiting.
I mean, so Hailman's come back and filled you all in on what's happening. Is it what are people's plans? Are they wanting to storm the place? Are they wanting to try and sneak in, try and get somebody else in now that Henrik's inside? Like, what are people's plans?
It's actually just going to look at Riv and Hillman and as if to say, I formed a bond with you. I'm not going to attack, but you just say the word and I will. And he's just going to stand ready.
Stay away from my fam, James.
You're inside, you didn't hear that.
Give him a little bow.
Henrik's not there, Callum. Don't make me put everyone else in whisper and leave you out.
Riv's gonna look at Arian and just like narrow eyes and go, "You've got disguise. You can disguise yourself. Can you?"
See.
See,
What's the beauty in it?
He's put on a fake mustache and a sombrero and gone, see. It's like he's now a Spanish dragon.
Estrella.
Oh, French. Spanish, sorry.
Game recognised game, you see. Sneaky recognises sneaky. We could disguise self as guards, get in. I could drop invisible. Or we could be guards, try and walk around to find this thing. I could become invisible, put people to sleep, climb around, steal it and go.
Maybe you should put 2 people asleep, hide them, and then we disguise as them.
I have to be, we'd have to get in there first and we need to be disguised them to get in there. Because I can't get past these walls. I can climb up.
I'm going to look at Riv and say, look around and be like, as the shortest people here, could we not disguise ourselves as, like, children, orphans?
Ah!
And if the gates are opened, then if you can maybe cast sleep and
please,
put the
sir, we're
person
so
to sleep on the gate.
disadvantaged.
Pardon?
It's like, please, sir, we're so disadvantaged. Can't we please have a dinner?
And then if we could put the person who opens the gate to sleep as he opens it, maybe everybody else can come through the gate then.
Riv's going to jump up and down and clap her hands and just be like, "That's a great idea!
Yes.
I've just got to act like a child now."
I think we're going to struggle.
That would be so difficult.
It's actually going to pull his hat down further as if to say, "Oh my god, she's finally realised." Teenage tantrum.
I mean,
Nice.
I'm waiting on the party to decide a plan of action before we continue.
Helmy's going to suggest that and then just look around and see what anyone else is thinking.
I need to know what you're all doing next, so I know what I'm doing next.
Okay, so Itachi's going to look at them both and go, "That sounds good. However, I don't look like someone who would deliver orphans. However, but you've come from my land, so let's go."
I guess I can't disguise myself as a shorter person. I guess.
I think disguise self you can shrink by 1 foot.
Yeah.
So you'd
So
still
that
be
won't-
5 foot tall and
Yeah.
a dragon born. So it's like, yeah, you wouldn't look like a little human orphan, which like what Goldsmith tends to help out.
Maybe I
It's not-
could.
not
Maybe
these
I could
races.
deliver you at the gate.
Oh, so you-
charm them. if
I'm saying nothing and giving no hints or tips.
I don't know. Or maybe you just walk up to the
Maybe
gate.
if we
Right.
look injured and you got two of you carriers, as if you're taking us there for aid.
Maybe you rescued them from an ambush or some enemies along the road, and you
Sure.
found these 2 poor orphans in the woods. I mean, there's lots of different excuses
Yeah,
as to
yeah.
why you've got 2 small orphan children.
If we have 2 people carrying, I can make one other person invisible so they can follow. That might get a few of us in.
How long is the invisible spell for?
I can allow somebody
1
to
hour.
be invisible for, I think it's about an hour.
Up to 1 hour.
Riv can
As
also
long as you
cast
don't do any attacks or
Broken
cast any
Fuego.
spells, then yeah, you will remain invisible for up to an hour. But
Can Riv do that as well?
Riv, Hailman, and Fuego can all cast invisibility.
Okay, so
a lot of invisibility.
Only one of you isn't getting in. It's like you've enough invisibility for 3.
Yeah, but that guy could be the savior, dude. And yeah.
Well, you've got your 2 shortest, squishiest, potentially kids, and then you've got me and Arian that are the pretty much near enough tanks. We should be the invisible ones.
Yeah, poor Ryan's trying to get back in. He's been kicked out. But we're going to carry on anyway because we're getting close to 11. So we are going to. Well,
Yeah, but I'm down with that.
Yeah.
You down
It
with it?
sounds
Yep,
like an
that's fine.
awesome plan.
So the general, I'll sort of fast cut us forward a bit.
Yeah.
So the general
Make some
plan
sense out of
seems to be, general plan seems to be Riv and Helman are going to disguise themselves as children. At the same time, they're going to turn 2 of the people with you invisible. Fuego's going to turn presumably himself invisible. So that accounts for 5 of you. And then
only
the
person
other
left is
2,
Ryan.
the other 2 are going to take the 2 children in. So we've got Hailman and Riv, small children. Let's say, just for argument's sake, Arian and Itachi dropping off small children. Fuego, Baltair, and Cypher invisible and sneaking in alongside Arian and Itachi, who are dropping off the small children.
What about Toby?
Assuming they get through the grate. Well, Toby's invisible anyway, so and Toby will have followed Henrik in. So Toby's already inside.
Can I just go in as an extra child with the disguise self? Because I am only a small elf.
True.
What height and age? I mean, age is less important, but what height is Fuego? Because you can only shrink yourself by a foot.
Wow, it's 5 foot.
If you're over 5 foot, 4 foot, I mean...
1 minute, guys.
I mean,
Well,
I
let's put it bluntly, my 9-year-old's 4 foot.
I just want to say my daughter's best friend has just turned 12, and on my life, she is 5'11".
What?
Wow.
She has
but
adult size 8 feet.
Yeah,
This girl is
taller than me.
enormous.
It's taller than me.
In the
Yes.
Middle Ages,
I'm
you
not
probably
casting
were
invisibility just on myself.
considered.
I'll walk in with them.
Like a giant.
Yeah, giant.
Sorry, Chris, what was that?
I don't know
Oh.
if this is set like in the Middle Ages, but maybe when you're 12, I think you or I don't know.
I think you'd be considered an adult at like sort of 16, 17.
Okay.
In like the Middle Ages, like in the Dark Ages where everything was all swords and shields and knights and squires. I think you'd be classed as an adult at like 16, 17 approximately.
You could be
That's an
king
old
at
adult.
9.
Yeah, but I mean that's a royal thing given by birth. It's not age related. But anywho, is Fuego wanting to also disguise as a child?
I'll just walk in with them.
Are you sure? I mean, if you're also wanting to disguise as a child, it's an option.
No, I'll just walk in.
Right, okay. But whilst invisible, or just...
No, just walk in.
How?
Well, isn't the two of you going in anyway? It's just normal.
So are you going to go along and try and gain access also whilst dropping the children off?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because, I mean, it's not a given that they're going to let Itachi and Arian in. They might just go, it's okay, we'll look after them, bye. I mean, it's not like guaranteed they'll let you in.
Then we come back. We found one more.
Yeah, we have another one just in case they don't get let in. So, we have a 3-child entry policy, so welcome. No. So that's the plan then. So we'll smash cut
to get in.
We'll smash cut to get into the gate. So Itachi, Arian, and Fuego approach the gate. Whoever is casting invisibility on Voltaire and Cypher, knock a spell slot off for casting your ability, except Riv doesn't need a spell slot for hers. No. So whoever else is using their one spell to invisible the other person, whether that's Fuego or Hailman, one of you needs to knock a spell slot off for invisibility.
I've knocked one off already.
All right, cool. So Hailman's knocked his off. That's fine. So who's ringing the bell? I mean, I don't know if James is there and just turned his stuff off or not.
Wish James would.
So yeah, he's still there. That's fine. So who's ringing the bell? Is it James or Arian?
I'll do it.
You're going to do it. That's fine. So yeah, you ring the bell. So again, just in the distance, we'll just say that you hear the very lightly in the background, and you see sort of the door again just swing open a little bit and then swing close. And again, another human man sort of.
Is it a different human man?
They don't know because they didn't see the original human man. They just see a human man walking down. It may be a different one. It may not.
Hailman's got his eyes closed.
Hailman may recognise him, but Hailman's disguised as a child, so he's not going to go hello again. Because if he doesn't,
I didn't know how disguised Hailman was. Because if the guy's going to go, you're a chef.
Have you disguised yourselves with the disguise self spell? Yeah, which lasts an hour.
Yes.
Yeah, so whoever the two people are that have cast Disguise Self also strike off spell slots for Disguise Self.
Also, do I need to use Disguise Self?
I mean, yeah, because you don't look like a child. You're just child size. I mean, you're small, but you don't look like a 6-year-old. You'll be,
that's true.
Rip will still have boobs. They won't be like, 36 double Ds, but she'll still look adult, but short. She'll be adult proportioned, but short.
Okay. So once that's done, can I pick both of them up in my arms and say, look, they're cuddling, they're asleep or something?
Breastfeed them? What are you doing?
Leave my tits alone, mate.
So you're what? I mean, they're not baby size. They're like small child size. So
Yeah,
they're the size
obviously
of like
I'm a big enough adult to
7
hold
or 8-year-old.
two 6 or 7-year-olds in my hands and say, look, I've got orphans, I need to bring them in.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't hold the things, but it'd be like, I think I'd struggle to, even in real life, to hold 2 6-year-olds, one under each arm, without being like, fucking hell, these cunts are heavy.
I've done it recently. It's not that bad.
We want to get Arian and yourself in, though, don't we?
Yeah, I'll pick up one of them as well.
Yeah, you can both. You can each be carrying one
gently.
With Fuego following on shortly behind. Right. So yeah, he comes to the gate. It's like, hello, can I help you?
It seems to me that during a battle recently, I found these 2 orphans. I was wondering if I could escort them inside and speak to your master about their protection.
Okay. Do a
pitiful check.
do you Itachi do a deception check because he's or a persuasion or deception, whichever. As he's trying to convince his way in. And then Riv and Haleman do performance checks for me.
Oh. I feel good about performance. I should have said.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, he fully believes that you found these 2 children. Who cast Disguise Self on Riv?
I did. I doubt it on myself.
Cast it on yourself. What's your spell save DC?
13.
13.
Okay, I've got Hellman, by the way.
Right, okay. So, not quite convinced by Riv's because he had a bit of an investigation-y, sneaky looky.
Can I charm him? Would that work?
Is that like a save or how does it work?
It's
like casting charm person.
Basically, he has realized that Riv might not be a child because he's investigated and kind of is figuring out.
But why would you think that? If someone comes at you with some children, why would your first thought be, maybe there's someone in disguise?
Because your performance check was poor and his investigation check was high. And disguise self can be detected on an investigation check against the spell save DC.
I try to... I skipped the charm
now,
thing.
Does this work?
It's not a saving throw.
Damn it.
So, no. You sounded suspicious with your and he was like, hang on a minute, and had a bit of a look and has realised that you're actually like a small gnome as opposed to a child. So are you not going to attempt to charm him, Chris?
Yeah, if I could more like intervene and persuade him, like, hurry, I think she's injured. We need to get in fast.
Well, he's not opened the gate yet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So you want? So instead, no, not yet. He believes you that you found these children, but I mean, so you're going.
Yeah,
to
he
try
believes us.
Well, yeah, he believes you that you found these children, but he's going to sort of just stop short before Arian tries to do anything and go. I think that one's having you on there, mate. That's a gnome, not a child.
Can I try and persuade him?
You can try and persuade him. Roll a persuasion with disadvantage because he knows it's a gnome. So
He knows.
He knows.
Could be a child gnome.
They're never gonna know.
They're gonna know.
Fuck.
He's like, no, it's definitely a child. I was like, I think you need your eyes tested, mate. That is an adult gnome you've got there. Look at the boobs. That is not a child.
It's just a fat lad.
I'll try and save the situation. And
Fuego is also there. So does Fuego want to do anything before?
Yeah, but what were you saying, Chris?
I'm trying to save the situation and be like, okay, she's still hurt. Can we please come in so she could get aid?
She's got AIDS. No, I'm joking.
Maybe. I don't know.
And what did Fuego want to do before that?
I want to try and whisper to one of them and just say, if this goes down wrong, are you prepared for a fight?
No.
I mean, against the entire guard involved, including Henrik, because he's currently on the payroll. It's like...
He'll switch sides.
No.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yes.
Even if it's just this one and we ditch him.
He could be, but he hasn't opened the gate yet, so how are we meant to attack him with this
You
magical
need to
force?
convince him to open the gate. Right, okay.
I'd
So
like to try and convince him.
one creature, yeah, not hostile towards you. For the duration, advantage on charisma checks directed at one creature. Right, okay, so you're going to do something that involves a charisma check, yeah?
Yeah, it's persuasion and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, so what are you going to try and persuade him? How are you going to...
I'm just going to sit there, because I've been stood behind him the whole time, so I'm just going to pop in and go, look, mate, we've just found these, you want to let us in. Just let us drop these kids off and we can be on our way. Open up and let us come through.
Yeah, so just roll your persuasion with advantage.
18.
That's perception, not persuasion.
Sorry. I've got that on. 22.
22.
Ooh, I'm better.
See, your mod is better for persuasion, so it's a good job I made you re-roll.
Yeah,
So dirty 22. Yeah, he's gonna go. He's gonna look a little bit confused because he was pretty sure that was an adult gnome, and then just sort of shake his head and go, like, "All right, whatever." I'm off shift in 10 minutes, and so he's gonna open the gate and he's gonna let you all in.
I'm just going to try and usher the other two in quite quickly, hurry up, move. Thank you very much, and then just try and get inside.
While that's happening, does he have any form of credentials that beats the gate in his pocket?
Does he have any? Oh no, he doesn't have anything on him, and even if he did, he's not just going to give it to you. But yeah, no, he just because he is within the sphere of how to open and close the gate, he can just open and close the gate. Like it's yeah, it's like he's not like a magic stone or something that lets you open and close the gate. No, if that's what you were getting.
While that's happening, then can I turn around and say to Fuego, "Can you wait at the gate, please, and wait for everyone else?"
Good idea.
Yeah,
I mean, only if Angela wants to spend the rest of the next session not involved in anything that's going on.
Oh, no, that's not fair, then. Come on.
We'll leave you at the gate doing absolutely nothing while we go off and do a bunch of stuff. Right, so yeah, you've gained entry, and he's gone. Main house is just up the road. Follow me. So he's going to escort you towards the main house.
Oh, halfway there.
While he's escorting you to the house, we should probably resolve sort of what was going on with Henrek while you guys were trying to infiltrate the base. And after we've resolved the Henrek thing, we'll probably call it a day, because we are nearly at 11 or midnight for Chris. So I know everyone's going to want to be getting to bed. So we'll quickly resolve Henrek's thing. So Henrek, you got in, and as you got in and saw Hailman sort of ushered away from the gate, he goes, so the guy that sort of let you in is like, so yeah, if you just follow me this way, I'll introduce you to the rest of the guards, and we'll get you sort of set up with a bunk and a chest. We'll get you fitted out with a uniform, because obviously, I mean, whilst I'm sure the no shirt look works while you're out in the wild, not so much when you regard to Mr. Goldsmith. You've got to stick the attire on, I'm afraid.
Is there any chance I can meet the man himself?
Mr. Goldsmith doesn't make a habit of fraternizing with the new guards straight away. You'll get to meet him later. We'll do a whip round and a bit of an intro when it's your turn on duty. For now, I'm just going to give you the tour, give you a sort of the lay of the land, a bit of a tour around the grounds, and
sounds good.
Pop you in your bunk and show you where to set up for the night. So
just before we continue, am I allowed to use my weapons?
Yeah, you can use your own weapon. We don't have a specific weapon sort of requirement. I mean, most of us use a spear because, jabby, get you to sort of stab from a bit further back.
Make him use a rubber duck.
So yeah, for your first shift, you must use this rubber chicken. No, it's you can use whatever you
kind of stuff.
mean. If you can swing that axe with enough aplomb to defend this garden and defend this manor, then you swing that axe to your heart's content. Just not any of us, eh? And he sort of walks you across to like a guard barracks, just over to one side. He lets you in. You go inside. There's a few blokes just sort of sat about, polishing their boots. ironing their shirts with hot pieces of metal, that sort of a thing, getting the uniforms ready. Think like army barracks sort of style, where it's like bunk, 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 all stacked one on top of another. There's enough beds for, you'd say, probably about 30 to 40 guards, assuming that they've all got someone sleeping in them. They're all very well made, so you can't tell quite how many people are sleeping in them, because they're all made pristinely, so you can't tell whether, there might be 10 guards, there might be 40, you don't know, just from looking. So he marches you down sort of, let's say, about 6 or 7 rows down. And he goes, this will be your bunk here. You can choose top or bottom. There's nobody in either. And there's a chest at the end for your goods. So, get yourself sorted. Here's a uniform. And he produces you with a guard's uniform.
Okay. Does that do anything to my AC, or...?
Yeah, now that you're dressed, you use your unarmed defense bonus because you're now wearing armor. So this is going to have the stats of leather armor, giving you an AC of 12.
Not as good as
What's your dex bonus, though? Because your dex bonus still gets added. So what's your dex bonus?
0.
0, so 12. Yeah, your AC does, whilst you're dressed as a guard, you have an AC of 12, I'm afraid. Because you don't get your unarmored defense bonus, so you lose a bit of AC for that.
What is his actual AC without that?
13.
13, so he's only lost 1 point, because he just loses a point of modifier.
It's the flexibility of not having a shirt. It's like tight now.
With unarmored defense as a barbarian, you have your base of 10, which everybody has, and then you add your dex modifier and your constitution modifier. So his constitution modifier is +3, so his base AC is 13. But because he's now wearing armor, he loses the +3 he gets from his constitution and just gets whatever his armor gives him. And because he has the same stats of leather armor, he's got the 12, because that's what leather armor provides. So yeah, he's got 12 AC just for while he's wearing the guard's armor. But you can still wield your great axe, though. You don't have to start using a spear and do way less damage as well. It's good. You can. They'll still let you use your axe. He showed you there, and then he just sort of takes you on a tour around the building. It's quite a big building, so it takes, we'll say, a good sort of 15 to 20 minutes to get all the way around. It's a very big ground.
Yeah.
It's quite a large ground. Each side of the building, sort of, no, not 10, 20. That's let's say about 10 minutes to walk the circumference. You like 2.5 minutes for each side, so it takes you about 10 minutes to walk the circumference of the building. And you notice on your way around, there's a front door, a side exit on either side, a back door. There's a greenhouse, there's the guard barracks, and there's the stables where he keeps his sort of, like his carriage, like his horse and cart that he gets about on long journeys. So that's what he shows you. He says, for now, until we know, that we can definitely trust you, no entry to the main building. So you're going to patrol the grounds for us. So, just have a walk around every 15, 20 minutes. Just take a once round, have a look, make sure there's nobody loitering, make sure there's nobody hanging about. If there is, he hands you a whistle and goes, if there is, sound this. Give it a test for us, and you go. But it makes no sound when you blow it. But inside the house and inside the guard barracks, just off, you can hear woo. So it's like this whistle is going to alert people inside the house and inside the barracks. So it's, again, like a magical device that goes off in the distance, not actually from where you blow it. So yeah, it gives you your magic whistle in your arm and your armor.
Just before you leave, I would like again ask if I can see Mr. Goldsmith, sorry, as I don't exactly. I like to see who I'm working for before I start working for them.
Mr. Goldsmith tends to take a stroll around the grounds in the evening after he's had his meal. He likes to walk off his dinner. So he'll be taking a stroll around, and usually when he's on his strolls around, he'll say hello to whoever's patrolling, and occasionally dips into the barracks just to say hello to the men that are sort of sat on their breaks or, just passing the time. He does like to make himself known. So I'm sure that in time, you'll get a chance. He'll come down and he'll say hello for you. I'll let him know that you're interested in meeting him and that we've taken on a new guard. And I'm sure he'll make a point of coming down to say hello a little bit later on.
Okay. And then I'm going to put my hand out for the handshake that I was supposed to get earlier on.
Yeah, and he'll take your hand and he'll shake it.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll for politeness.
What should I make you roll for it? Just roll animal handling for me.
Hang on. I just need to double check to see if I've got anything in this. Oh, I do. I've got a +1. So this is my first one for the dice. It's a natural 1.
A natural 1. Fair enough. So yeah, as he turns to walk away, hang on. Are you still there?
Rage quit.
No, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Yep. All right, you're still there. So as he turns to walk away, Toby just sort of appears just in front of you on the ground and goes, "You wee dick," in like a perfect Enrec voice, and then disappears. And the guy spins around like full 180, whips around and goes, "What did you say to me?"
And I'm gonna look him dead straight in the eye and then say, "I called you a wee dick, because where I'm from, insults are considered a compliment."
Roll persuasion.
I got a +1. That is a 15 + 1, 16.
All right, he's gonna look not entirely convinced, but just go, "All right then, you wee dick," and then just turn around and walk away.
I'm gonna before he does, I'm gonna come on, throw it back to me. Come on. This is throw it back.
he's really gonna go, you wee dick, and just like look really uncomfortable with calling someone a wee dick, and then just because he's a very polite man, and then he's just gonna turn around and walk off and just like glance back, like really confused, and just wander off into the distance. And then you just start to see him disappear into one of the side doors near the barracks.
I'm gonna like just kind of like under my breath going, "Remember our fucking deal, you little prick."
So Toby just appears and goes, "You said I had to help you. You didn't say I couldn't also hurt you." And then disappears again.
In that case, I'm going to go to the guard barracks and speak to some of the guards, but I'm happy to leave it there until the next session.
Yeah, if we want to call it a night there, because I know Chris wanted to get an early one just in case, and I know Kat will be wanting a bed now because we're past 11. So we'll call it there. It wasn't the most action heavy, but there we go. So we're on along the way. Yeah. So I hope it was a good session for everyone.
We had to sneak into a place. This is a real D&D session.
I hope it was a good session for everyone, especially for Chris and Ryan that have missed the last few, and obviously haven't got to be here for the last couple. I'm gonna always try and include as many of us as possible. So whenever we do the next one next week, I mean, I'm assuming most people won't know off the top of their head what their availability like is next week, other than Kat, who I know is free all the time, Scott, who I know is free all the time except Friday.
If you let me know in advance for like days, just let me know so I can try
and move stuff around and sort of make some time for it. Yeah, that's fine.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How do you know what spells are ritual spells?
It'll say in the description whether it'll have casting time, but above that it'll have whether it's a ritual or like an action or anything like that.
Right.
Some people, as a certain like trait bonus and stuff, can have like abilities that let them ritual cast stuff.
Yeah, I ignore that featherfall. That's what I've got. I didn't know which ones it was for.
So yeah, featherfall is a reaction. So
yeah, no, I didn't mean to press that. I was trying to press the information. To see
right, yeah, yeah. It'll usually tell you. It'll usually tell you what it is. If it says one action, it's obviously different. Night, Chris. See you later.
Night, Chris.
Yeah. What was I going to say before that bit? I forgot what I was going to say now. Doesn't matter.
Okay, bye.
I'm sure it wasn't important. Bye.
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 I'm gonna jump off as well, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Catch you later.
See you
Catch
later.
you later. Bye,
Such
everyone.
fun.
Going.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
No worries. Thank you, everybody. Bye. 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 Bye.